Of Kel's Lampwork Glass channel. Hi subscribers, new subscribers and people that have just popped in to watch. If you could please like, comment, share and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you are notified when I share new videos, I would be grateful. Welcome. Today we are going to be making this wire wrap bracelet, but we are going to be making them with January's bargain bead box, Glacial Glimmer, but we are going to be making them with the 10mm rose quartz matte round beads. We're going to be using 1mm silver wire, which is 18 gauge, and 0.8mm silver wire, which is 20 gauge. So they're the two wires we're going to be using. We're going to be using a pair of flush cutters. We're going to be using a pair of 6-step whale pliers. We're going to be using some chain nose pliers, just like pushing any pointy ends. We're going to be using some nylon jaw pliers to straighten the wires, and we're going to be using a tape measure to measure out our wire. So they're the main things we're going to be using. So let's put this beautiful bracelet out of the way. Well, I'll let you have a look first. So basically it's going to be a core of the 18 gauge wire, then we're going to use, which is going to be 14 inches, then we're going to use 40 inches of the 20 gauge wire, and that is going to be wrapped round the beads by just wrapping it round in the between the beads. Then we are going to make a clasp using the 18 gauge wire and just wrap it, basically make the loop, go up, make the hook and wrap down. So that's what we're going to do. So this is the bracelet, which I made out of some, I think it was moss agate is what this bracelet's made out of. So we'll put that bracelet to the side and we'll start measuring out our wire. So we're going to need our flush cutters to do that, and our tape measure. So let's start with our 18 gauge wire, which for the Brits, us Brits here, is 1.0mm. So let's get that out. And let's get our nylon jaw pliers, just to get the kink out the end, which you're really going to have to give it a bit of a tug because it's been knocked in. I am doing this wire wrap bracelet for Softlex's Joyful Beading Challenge. That's what I'm doing this wire wrap bracelet for. Because Softlex are doing this wonderful challenge called Joyful Beading. So if you go on Softlex's page, they are doing a whole month of joyful beading, where you do different challenges, and at the end they'll choose one winner totally at random to win something, which is absolutely brilliant, don't you think? But also what you can do, because this is a bargain bead box, you can also put this in their group. So you got double bonus there. So here we go, we're at 14 inches. I'm going to cut this on the flush side. Make sure we hold the wire. Put that wire to the side. And at the moment, I'm just going to put that wire at the top. Now, this is going to be the difficult one, because this is one that we've got to cut long. So, this is the 0.8mm for the Ritz, which is 20 gauge for the Americans. So again, we're going to, so I've got quite a few projects on my desk that I've got to do. So you're going to get loads of videos. So again, straighten the wire out and pull it out. And as you do, straighten the wire out. Right, so I'm going to start measuring this, which is going to take some doing. I might go off screen a bit measuring this. So, we're at 30. There we go, 40 inches. Hold the wire, hold both wires, and there we go. Just going to warm that through to straighten it. And put that, I'm going to put that one well to the side. And now, that's the tape measure done for now. So, now, we're going to make a wire wrap loop on our 18 gauge wire. So we're going to come down, I'd say about 1.5 to 2 inches. With our chain nose pliers, we're going to bend it over. We're going to get a 6th step with our maker plier. We're going to come down to the 4th step and stick it onto the wire. We go up and over, top to bottom on the plier and underneath. So we've got a loop like that. The one thing I did forget to say we need bent chain nose pliers. That's the other thing that we need. Now, we're just going to wire wrap down a bit. Right, if your wraps aren't so tidy, just get in your loop with your chain nose pliers and just pull your wraps up. On both sides. There we go. Now, we just need to cut the excess wire off. Make sure you hold both wires. And there we go. Get rid of the excess wire. Push down any pokey up bits. Right, so now we need our very long wire. What we're going to do, we're going to find the centre of this wire by finding both ends. I'm going to pull them together. Then we're going to cross them over. And we're going to pull till we get a loop. Making sure our ends stay even. This is easier off camera than it is on camera, believe me. And you need to pull your loop as small as possible. So you've got a really small loop. And your ends should be as even as possible. So as you can see, my ends are even. Got even ends. So now we're going to slip the 18 gauge wire through that little loop that you've just created. And then pull it really tight. So now you've done that, you're going to need your beads. Is what you're going to need. You're going to need, you can use 10mm, you can use 8mm, you can use 6mm. Use whichever beads you would like to use. Alright, the size honestly does not matter. Alright, it's up to you, whichever beads you feel comfortable using and whatever size you want to use for your bracelet. So now I'm going to put a bead on the end. So, and this bit's important. Whichever wire you deem the top wire has to stay the top wire. And whatever wire you deem the bottom wire needs to stay the bottom wire. Okay? So, you're going to wrap over the top and under and pull. Sorry, we're going to make my arm ring quite regularly or rattle. And then the next wire, you're going to go round under the bottom and without catching all your work on your table and over the top and pull. Alright, this is where it helps to have your nylon jaw pliers, because you can push your wires up. And as you can see, it gives you a twist on your bead. So now the next bead. Again, top bead, over the top and under. And the bottom bead, under and over. And make sure you pull your finger down the length of the wire, because it'll help straighten it and it'll help work harden it. Then next bead. So again, over the top with the top wire and under. Bottom wire, under and over. And this is what it starts to look like. It gives you a twist on your beads. It's your lovely twist. So, have you guys been doing anything interesting? I've been watching YouTube. I've been to a virtual marketing conference today, which was really interesting, to be honest. They're talking all about marketing throughout the world, how to basically find marketing routes and track down where to do business and who to do business with. Like factories and stuff for different items. So like if I need wire, where to get it from. Same with what companies to get my beads from, stuff like that. This is with a company called Founder. I don't know if you've ever heard of them. But it's actually been rather interesting so far. It's a 3-day virtual conference. So I will try and share on my Instagram their link. Because you might still be able to get into their conference, which you will have missed the first day, but you might be able to get into the second and third day. So my Instagram is at Kels_lampwork_glass_and_more. So I will share that as soon as I've finished here, showing you how to do this absolutely stunning bracelet. So hopefully you'll all be able to get into that conference. Because it is truly enlightening. They have some great people there. And Founder, the head of Founder, Nathan Chan, he started out from nothing and now has a several 7-figure businesses, which a couple are going into 8-figure businesses. And he's teaching other people how to do the same thing, which I find very enlightening. I have a couple of others that I'm due to attend, 2 on the 19th, a few hours apart, which I will also share if I can get the links onto Instagram. As I think sharing these enlightening posts is only fair. Cool, right. So now I'm going to measure this bracelet because we need it to be about 6.5 inches. I'm just going to measure my clasp on my other one. So my clasp on the other one is 2 inches. So we need it to be, I want it to be 7.5. Need it to be 5 inches. Which this is. Which is absolutely wonderful. So I've just hit the 5-inch mark. So now what we're going to do we are going to wrap the bottom one round again, and cut it off. And then push the wire in. Then we're going to wrap the top one around again. And we're going to cut that off. Now I'm going to put these beads back in the bag so they don't all roll away on me, as a couple are already trying to do. Come in, little beads. We don't want you escaping, because you know what beads do when they go on the floor. They just disappear. Alright, we're going to bend this wire over. We're going to use the 4th step on the pliers. We go up, over, roll the pliers to the bottom, and round. Now, we're not going to complete this yet. We're going to put it aside. Once we put it aside, we're going to grab our wire again, and we're going to measure out 14 inches. But we're going to cut off the end first, so it is flush cut. Where's the nylon jaw pliers? There they are. So I've left out one bead, which I didn't manage to pick up, which is a good thing because we need that one bead. Oh, we'll just cut 12 inches instead of 14, so pulling out an extra wire. 12 inches should be enough for what we need. So now we are going to bend this wire at 3.5 inches. Actually, no. Let me think about this. I've got to remember how I did this. Yes, bend it at 3.5 inches. And flatten it. So you need to hold it with your pliers close up to the end. And flatten down the ends. Try not, you've got to keep quite a grip, otherwise it moves. And just work your way down to get the wire closed together. There we go. Now we need to use a hammer. We need to use bench rock and nylon jaw hammer to hammer the ends to give it a bit of strength. Do both sides, because the reason you need to do this is so that it strengthens it up. Sorry if this is sensitive to anyone's ears. I am trying to be as quiet as possible with it. So now at the 2-inch mark you need to bend the wire. Bend it towards the wire, so it is like this. Then hold it with your pliers. Make sure it's right together, all the way together. And then wrap with the wire. Then cut the wire off as close as you can. Put your bead on. Bend your wire. Do your second step on your bell step pliers. Up, over, turn to the bottom and down. Get your chain nose pliers and wrap down towards the bead. And this is where the fancy work comes in. So now you're going to go up and around the bead. And up onto your wire wraps. And then trim off. And pushing any pokey ends. So now we need to get the biggest barrel. Go up and over. So you've got a hook, and then you need to hook it out a bit, put your barrel back in, and push it down again so it's back towards the bottom wire. So here we go. Oh, and then put your finger at the back and push it back a bit. There you go, you've got a clasp. So now we need to put said clasp on here. So you just hook it on. So now hold your loop with your bent chain nose pliers and just wrap down towards your bracelet. And then just trim off your wire. Pushing any pokey bits. Then slowly curve your bracelet while clasping, which I think I've made this bracelet a bit small. I made this bracelet for a child. So you might want to do 6.5 inches. So, because I make some bracelets for children or for adults with small wrists. Right, but here you go. You've got a very small bracelet, but this bracelet actually measures, if I pull it back out, actually measures with the clasp nearly 7 inches. So when you look at it, it actually looks small because that hook there. So if I actually put this on, I've got a 7.5 inch wrist. That's where it goes to. So this would fit someone probably with a 5.5, 6 inch wrist size. So I'd say 6 inch wrist size this would fit. So there we go. So when you're making it, don't make the same mistake as I've just done, because everyone makes mistakes, right? Even people that have been making jewellery for years and years, right? I would make it to if you want a 7.5 inch wrist length, I would make it to a 6.5 inch, which I may ultimately remake this bracelet. I don't know. I may actually leave it as I do for children's bracelets, because children deserve beautiful jewellery also. So, but I will show you one other thing. As you can see, my clasp is up. What you can do is you can adjust your actual loops so that your clasp goes where you want it to. So you just twist your loops to where you want them to go. So as you can see, my loops are now more where I want them to go, so the clasp lies better. So thank you for watching today. If you could please like, comment, share and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you are notified when I share more videos, I would be grateful. And thank you again for watching today, and I'll see you again soon with more tutorials. So thank you. Bye.